Welcome, Internet, to Building a Brand with Katelyn, Barr, and Erik, Lervold, and myself. I'm Brad Kelly from Colorworld. This is a really behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to create someone's brand. It takes three things. Let me get where my camera is. It takes a person who has a brand, who people care about, and fans, right? Someone that has fans and people that want things to celebrate their love for. It takes an artist, right? And then it takes a business mind. So kind of all those three things have to work together. When Rachel first wrote Color World back in 2013, she had no intention whatsoever of doing anything with it. Writing for her was it's a self-discovery process. It's how she learns about her world. It's what moves her forward. It's what shapes her understanding of the world. Is all that comes out when Rachel writes. And it was me, the business guy, that said, you should do something with this. Because if you spend all this time, somebody else should see what you're working on. And then we ended up meeting Erik. I did a Kickstarter, raised $20,000, sold all of our stuff, the furniture, you name it. And then we moved into an RV for a year and a half. And it was the most insane journey. At which, Erik, what was that moment like when it was in Wisconsin, I feel like we met you.
Yeah, it was in Madison. I met you guys and I was like, who are these people? Why do they have so many children? and like, I was like, oh my God, they're starting. I had started to do some conventions with a couple of my friends, and I saw you guys, and I was like, I need to collaborate with these people. They know what they're doing. If they have that many children running around, maybe they don't. But so,
at what point were you committed to, like, this isn't just a guy with a crazy idea? Like, Brad's actually going to build something. Was there a moment for you where you're like, let's ride or die?
I think that was what you did New York Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know if you remember. That was like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You did it, and you were like, "Oh my God, I like lost the RV. Like I'm in the middle of the ocean at this moment in the river, and like I don't know what to do." And I called you, and I was like, "Oh hey, you can use all my stuff if you want to." Like that's when I knew like you were for real.
Sweet. I remember that particular New York Comic Con is always brutal. Katelyn, have you done New York?
I haven't.
Oh my God.
It's so, just to put into perspective, in almost every city, you just pull up to the loading dock and you get your stuff out and you put it in your booth.
Mm-hmm.
New York is expensive. Turning around in New York is expensive. Looking at things in New York is expensive. Parking in New York, it's like, so we had an RV and I was like, can I even take that in the tunnel? Where am I going to park that? There's no way they're going to let me pull that thing in front of the Javits Center. Can I even fit in the loading dock with like height restrictions? Oh my gosh. So I took dollies, one dolly at a time, loaded it up with stuff, got on the ferry from New Jersey, rode the ferry, got off the ferry, pushed up the hill to the Javits Center it's like a 1 mile up a hill to the Javits Center. And I did that 6 times to load our booth single-handedly into the booth for New York Comic Con.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, we were on the phone while you were doing that. That was crazy, dude.
It was one of the most insane experiences I've ever. And I feel like we've gotten better at New York. The vehicle's gotten smaller. We've been grateful enough to be able to park out front. If you have a small booth and you don't have to use the loading dock, New York is actually one of the easier shows. I mean, other than paying the toll to cross the tunnel. But in an RV with 4 kids, I remember like hiding kids under the table. I remember being in New York Comic Con until like 3 hours after the show floor closed because it was crazy. Our booth was wrecked. There was plastic. I mean, it's like doing New York is like doing a marathon. And you go and go and go and go, and then you're out of it, you're done, and then you rest as much as you can, which when you're commuting into the city, you're losing an hour, you're losing 2 hours taking the subway and the train and the boat and the ferry. So, well, cool. It's Katelyn, I was excited to find out you actually hang with David Wald.
Yeah, he lives with me. He's right downstairs, I think.
That's awesome. I heard Katelyn. I was like, wait, Katelyn, what? Which Katelyn? Katelyn Glass has been a friend of mine for a long time. And I was like, that sounds weird. That probably is a different Katelyn. And it was. So, but I'm excited. I feel like great people, when they congregate together, like great things happen.
Yeah. For sure.
So I appreciate you reaching out. We're gonna take the business person, and we're gonna take the artistic person, and we're gonna take the person who has the brand, and we're gonna combine those three things together. And I will show you. I'll share my screen. Bloom. Oh, can I share just? Well, I probably need to share a screen, and then okay. So let me. Oh, I've already revealed how many tabs I have open.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So welcome to Color World. This is what it is like behind the scenes to do what we do. We've got, Twitter, the audiobook, the Etsy page, the Instagram, the Tixer. There's the schedules. There's a couple of drives that store files for the team to use. So this is, you all just found out why I never sleep. Xavier, what is up, dude? Welcome, Xavier. I appreciate you guys tuning in the live stream. Trayvon, welcome. I'm pumped. We're actually simultaneously pushing you guys to YouTube and Facebook. It's the first time I've done that, but I'm hyped. Okay. So let me see. Oh, here's more of me revealing what's going on behind the scenes. There's my the Trevor project, the toolkit for raising money for the Trevor project. Oh, you can see down there all the images for the Trevor project that we're trying to figure out. Like, oh man, so cool. Okay, let's go to the desktop. And I capture. So you told me a little bit about yourself. And the first tip, guys, in starting a brand or having a brand or being a brand is to kind of figure out what you stand for, who you are, what are some things in your universe. And one of the things right out of the gate that you told me, Katelyn, you're like, I'm a lesbian. Is that, like, what do we, I'm bisexual. I'm bisexual. Like, what is that like on the table? Is that part of, I play lesbian dragons in anime all the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just get to know lesbian culture and see if there's something there for the lesbian dragon. And these are I typed in lesbian meme, which I'm sure you guys can imagine. All right, Eric's like, I've seen all of those. I know every one of them. Have you seen?
That's something you just don't do, dude. It's gonna explode in your face.
Well, I want to do research. I can't just start throwing out ideas without. So, have you seen either of these three? Either of you two?
What? Oh.
I've seen the Kermit one.
I love that Kermit one. To me, is so freaking funny.
Oh my god, that's kind of sad. Poor Kermit.
It's hilarious. Lesbians, when they spot a hot straight girl, call me Tina, cause I'm gonna turn her. Oh, I like groaner fouls. I like jokes that make you like physically have a reaction to. And then this, I actually am at some point I'm gonna get this over to like Amy Allen and Christopher Waycamp. I feel like this is probably a lot funnier. If Dungeons and Dragons is part of like what you regularly do on a daily basis. The other things, Eric, that are going to inform what we create are I Googled Katelyn's characters.
Oh my god!
Great choice of image.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There are not many pictures of that one with her clothes on, to be fair.
Really? Just that character in general, it's like
she just spends a lot of time naked.
Not in clothing. So these are the things. Let me get pictures of you, because obviously your merchandise line should reflect you. And so as I thought about this, Eric, from the business perspective, let me show you what's also operating in the background. Because this obviously came out of seeing the launch of what we did for Xeno. So let me show you. This is kind of what was created for Xeno Robinson. And what is, to me, spectacular about it is it's very much Xeno. It's literally just some badass art of Xeno, and then just an allusion to the role of Hawks in My Hero Academia. This is actually what he wore on the red carpet at the premiere of the movie. And I thought that was brilliant. And so we reached out immediately to the artists. There's 2 artists that worked on that. This is the other concept. I think both of them were so spectacular, and supporting artists is a huge part of what we do at Color World. And so I reached out to both of them, and I was like, I'm not going to pick. I'm going to make fans pick which one they like better. So Erik, that's what's going on with me in my head is Katelyn very much said dragons she's like typecast as a lesbian dragon. And
Dragon lesbians.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, well, obviously your fan base is well aware that you end up repeatedly as a dragon.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. How many lesbian dragons are in fandom? Like, this is like something normal?
I have 3.
Okay.
To clarify, I'm bi. I'm not lesbian. But a lot of my characters are either lesbians, dragons, or lesbian dragons. And I have 3 lesbian dragons that I can think of right now.
I'm going to end up a dragon, and I'm either going to be a lesbian dragon or, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Earlier I was just in lining up my artboard, what you see on the screen. There's just so much dragon and so much lesbian and so much combination of both. RYUKYU, right?
RYUKYU, yeah.
I didn't imagine that when I woke up this morning, I would be talking that much about lesbian dragons. It never occurred to me.
So, Erik, this is the third character in which Katelyn plays that ends up in the dragon universe. So,
I don't know for sure if Ryuki is a lesbian, but I know that fans ship her with a female character a lot.
I was gonna say here's art right here.
Yeah.
Who is that, a guy or a girl?
That's Nejire. That's
also, yeah.
That's a girl.
Yep. Yes, she is. Is that the main? It looks like it's the main ship that people very much. That is. Oh man. That's not. Oh, that's also Nejire. It's just the hairpiece has come off, right?
Yeah.
Result of their exciting interaction with each other. So clearly the fan base has. So those are the things, Erik, that I wanted to consider in the background when we create this kind of referential look. I'll say for Katelyn is that we kind of keep in mind like where the fans are at, what's important to the fan base. I think for me, fan service, Katelyn, is a lot about giving fans things they really want. There are certain things in fandom. I know fan service gets used to describe boobs, butts, like explicitly giving fans like, inappropriate moments. But for me, true fan service is, as a creator, there's certain things characters want to see. Like we want to see Spider-Man and Deadpool together.
Yeah.
And so when Marvel did that book and put them together, like there are lines in Avengers that are very much fan service. Did you get a chance to see Heroes Rising, the movie, Katelyn?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
There is a moment in which Momo Yaoyorozu is defending the island, and she throws this sheet that's covering her that's covering what she's created underneath, and underneath is two giant cannons. I screamed immediately, and here's why. Right? This is a very famous part of Alucard, right?
Yeah.
And so to me, this is a writer, a creator who is aware of so many other fandoms. And this is great fan service. When I screamed at the top of my lung, bitches love cannons. when she revealed it's about as much right there as you could get. The imagery in My Hero, the movie, said said this without saying it, and it was super cool. There was a very much a Super Saiyan moment. There was a Dragon Ball, distinct Dragon Ball reference in the Heroes Rising movie. And so for me, that's what I want to do with your brand, Katelyn, is we know there's certain things that are operating in the background for fans. And I just simply want to give it to them.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, tell me more. What are skulls? We know, Eric, there has to be some way that we work skulls into Katelyn, because don't you have a skull t-shirt on? Literally, yeah.
Skull t-shirt, skull earrings. These are made out of real bone, apparently. Not human bone. I don't know what kind of bone.
Something died for those earrings.
Yes. Sacrifices were made.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. I have a cow skull in my water bottle. There's skull lights in my. This is a makeshift booth that I have until my booth comes in. But I got a skull lantern. Anyway, you get the point. They're everywhere.
So that's Eric. Feel free at any point, Eric, to you. Let me know if you can't share while I'm sharing. Let me take.
I'm gonna see that. Let me see. Let me share.
Okay, I'm gonna get off. I'm going to stop sharing and allow you to, because I'm sure at this point, Eric, can you?
Okay, I am seeing here sharing screen. Use Chrome if you like to share audio with your screen. I don't use Chrome. Long story there. No, what happened was that for some reason I got a malware for Mac, which is kind of weird.
It is super weird.
Yeah, and for some reason I cannot get it out. But the thing is that malware just takes over. Hi, Carrie. Just takes over Google
Chrome. Right.
Yeah, it just takes Chrome over, and it just takes over the whole thing. And I haven't been able to get it out. My friend was able to get it out, but I haven't been able to figure it out. So I have Firefox. I don't know why everyone's developing stuff for Chrome, but.
Because monopolies are real, Eric. Let's just be honest.
They are very real.
They're very real.
So I can go up, but I won't be able to be heard.
Okay. Can you switch back and forth? If you?
Yeah, I can switch back and forth.
Okay. So yeah, share. Then share without audio. We'll obviously see by what's moving on your screen. I love. Katelyn, help me with this character. The chick who is in a sultry outfit with a giant sword, and she has purple horns.
The one you just had up on your screen a minute ago?
Yes.
That's Lapu Cell from Magical Girl Raising Project.
Yes. Okay. Does she get more dragon-like than... Because she has a tail, right?
Yeah, she's... her dragonness is a little more low-key. She's got the tail and the horns, and that's about it. She doesn't really change.
It's more Miss Kobayashi than it is.
Yeah.
So, update. I'm trying to stream. Do this, and no, my Firefox cannot do anything.
No.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that, but Firefox cannot stream anything from these browsers.
Sad. Okay, so do you have a way? So what camera are you using right now? Do you have a way to point your camera at your drawing device, or is
I could possibly switch it to my phone and stream from my phone?
Oh, okay.
So, but I will have to leave here and I will try to stream from my phone.
Okay, so we will hold down the fort while you do that. And then obviously, when you get back, throw us your ideas for what you see of. I'm sure you already have 20 ideas for things that you want to put to paper.
Yeah, more or less. Okay, I'm gonna get out.
Do it. I'll see you in a second. Okay. These are things that we find out that previously you just never had to know that you couldn't do something online. Yeah.
That's such a thing now with everybody working at home and telecommunicating.
I was talking with Brittany Karbowski. What were we trying to do? And a thing popped up on her screen it says, if you do this, it will take you out of S mode. And I was like, I don't even know what that is. So I Googled what is S mode. Microsoft, speaking of monopolies, has created this mode on your computer that they guarantee your safety. I guess because PCs are notorious for getting malware, getting viruses. The catch is this. The catch is you can only download or add something to your computer from the official Microsoft store.
Weird.
And also Monopoly. I was like, boy, that's a convenient way to only allow people to, you know what I mean? Like when you're where you can buy your things is limited to one place, then that is literally the definition of monopoly. Yep. So, but we're scared because I don't know. They use Microsoft Teams in order to facilitate the recording process.
Yeah.
Funimation, and so they were like, no, Microsoft Teams requires that this computer be in S mode, and unless you go and you buy with a professional license for Microsoft, you're allowed to go in and out, because basically they're like, oh, don't worry, you paid enough money for this license, you can turn S mode on and off. But with the people that just went out and bought a computer, it comes in S mode. And it's basically scaring people to stay in that Microsoft interface, if that makes sense. Yeah. Sadly, that is the reality. So, but there are certain things that she couldn't do because she needed software. She needed new software, and without me being there, I had no idea how to walk her through how doing. Oh, there we go. Brian's definitely got you nailed right there. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a couple more ideas while we were.
Yeah. Okay, do it. What would you like to see? What jumped out at you while we were looking at?
Okay, so there's the dragons. And then I have a couple of characters that are not dragons,
okay,
but are kind of goth Halloween looking that are two of my biggest characters. And that's Yami. Golden Darkness from To Love, and Natsumi's like a gothic dress.
Okay.
And Natsumi dresses like a witch.
Okay, so let me pull this up.
Those things, like if I could have them.
She's like, oh, and also, and the good thing is because there's a team, like Erik is. Can you still hear me?
Sorry.
Can you still hear me, or is there a big lag?
I guess if I don't respond for my video.
Okay, are we back synced together? Can you hear?
It's a little. I can hear you. It's a little better now. Yeah, I think it's better.
And then okay,
you can hear me.
Absolutely.
Hey.
So
let me see if I can. I was trying to set up my arm.
You're good. Take your time.
We're so unprofessional. I am so professional. So what I'll do is I'll just turn it around, I guess. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, if you can point at anything in your studio.
Front camera. Oh, I can switch cameras. Good.
And you said Yami?
There we go.
Yeah, from To Love.
So here we are.
Yay.
Yes. Hello. Okay. So what we were talking about?
Say the name of Yami from what?
To Love Ru. It's like T-O.
Oh, yeah. To Love. That's a David title.
Yeah. David wants me as Yami.
He should.
So you know what? I cannot hear Brad now.
Oh, weird.
Can
yeah.
Well, you can relay on my end.
Maybe I can. I don't know.
You can be the translator, Katelyn. You can if Erik can hear you, then we're good.
It's just
okay.
Weird.
All right. So is there a way to post just a picture in here? I think I can share one.
I can maybe start something over here.
You can tell Erik to start drawing if you want.
Okay. Erik, he said to tell you so you can start drawing.
Yeah. I was gonna do that. I was just gonna
start
the whole thing over here on my computer to start drawing. So you like skulls, do you?
Eric said, "Do you like skulls?"
So, Katelyn, tell me more about. So, can you do me a favor and tell me? Actually, let me switch. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Brad. Can you speak? I want to see if I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm good to go. I can
Nope,
I can hear you the
still
whole
can't.
time. I can move
Okay.
myself out.
So,
Give me a second. You
Katelyn, so
guys will
this is
still be in
more
there.
for you, rather than anything else. Tell me what kind of stuff besides skulls and gothic stuff. What else? And lesbian dragons, as Brad said. What else do you think that you would like?
Well, I play the drums.
You play the drums?
Yeah. And gosh, I don't know. I can think of like food that I like. I don't know, like I like sushi. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know how many
Okay.
other things fans know me for. But I mean, I post about playing drums, I guess.
And dragons, drums, sushi. You have a color?
My favorite color is orange, but I wear a lot of black.
You don't say.
Oh, I also like
Yeah,
tentacles.
I can hear you now, man.
Yeah, I removed myself from the stream and then I came back. It usually fixes the audio.
Oh, good.
Okay. So dragons, drums, sushi, orange, black.
I freaking love orange and black. Like, I'm
Yeah,
a huge Boise State fan. Tons of orange in that motif. Do you know that psychologically red and blue do things to us as consumers, and so advertisers do a ton of advertising in orange and blue?
I did not know
yeah.
that. Huh.
Marketing guys
Yeah.
have to know stuff like that. So when we're creating things, right, and you, from the business perspective, you have to ask yourself questions that most people, like no normal person's thinking about, like what color palette pushes somebody's decision making forward. But orange and blue. So now if you see that, you'd be like, that's some ad guy trying to get me.
I know what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
If you see basically every single movie poster for any of the MCU movies, all of them are orange and blue, or
Yep.
amber and turquoise.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yeah. So we're gonna start doing some stuff here. Let me see. So we have. So it's something like the branding that we had on the other shirts with dragons and whatever, right?
Yes. Yeah, I definitely think I showed all those wings. Those pink wings are pretty iconic. As far as the fan base goes, Katelyn, do you get a sense of that you are beloved for one dragon? Out of the three, is there one that like fans just super love?
I think that's probably Ryukyu, just because my hero is just always.
So interesting. Despite her like minor role, people like super gravitate towards. Do you think it's because she actually looks like a dragon? Like it's the only character that as I looked at, the other women have human faces and they just have like wings or a tail, or whereas Ryukyu like literally like becomes a dragon. Do you think that has to do with why there's so many more people that respond to that character, or do you think it's My Hero driven?
I think it's more My Hero driven. Just because like I don't know, like as soon as I got cast in My Hero, I got a lot of like like about Ryukyu, even though she only had like I want to say like two lines in her first episode. Like yeah. So I think her quirk is really cool too. Like she just dead ass turns into a dragon.
Yeah.
Like the enormous dragon.
Let me transform this and make it a little bit smaller so we have more space.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I know you're a Skulls guy, Eric. I was hoping I picked you because I know you're a. Is there anything that Eric that informs you as far as like what drives you to have so many skull motifs?
Basically, what happened was that when I started when I tried to rebrand myself,
Yeah.
um, I did the Red Calaveras, which is the Young Skulls now. And I basically just followed. There's this band called the Los Fabulosos Cadillacs. They're like an Argentinian band. It's like my favorite band in the whole world. And they're a ska band, but from Latin America, which is completely different than like third wave ska that in the States. And for some reason, in music in Spanish, the iconography of skulls happens a lot. So I wanted to have a little bit of I wanted all my characters to be Latin, of course, but the thing was that I didn't want to like use the same things that people do, like Hollywood uses in when they have Latin characters. Like they say half the things in Spanish and half the same things in English. When have you heard me do that? I don't know anyone that does that, and I know a lot of Latin people, dude.
Yeah.
And so basically, what happened was that I wanted to have something akin to that, and uh, since they use skull so much in music and culture, I just decided to use it, and just as the language of my culture and my language of my own identity. So I learned how to draw a lot of them, like
Now
skulls and all kinds.
So as far as skulls go in Latin American culture, is it
Yeah,
conscious? Like are Latinos aware, or is it something that's kind of like
it's that kind of comes from Roman times, to tell you the truth, because the Romans had a cult of a death cult to the ancestors, and they would walk around with if they wanted to show off how powerful they were, they would walk around with death masks of their or busts of their ancestors, just to show off like, oh, I am the grandson of this guy who was really important. Pay attention to me. Since they had the patrician and the plebes, and that kind of like went to Spain, and that kind of moved to Latin America, and the Indians, the natives, already had a little bit of a death cult going on too. So that and the Africans also had the same thing. So a mixture of a bunch of death cults and veneration to the ancestors and the dead, all that got together at the same time.
yeah,
And became part of the music and became part of everything, and so I just decided to start using it
yeah,
as whatever.
is a way to say like I'm Latino.
Yes. Rather than like go like I have tacos or I have like
Right.
this or that or the other thing, since I'm not Mexican, I was like, I'll just use this and it will go, it will move on with me.
So it looks like what we're looking at is Katelyn sitting on a skull chair.
Yeah, like a skull, like sitting on a giant skull, and her with a tail, and like the dragon thing, and have her hair going this way.
Okay.
And
then are we able to adjust how big Katelyn is in
we can adjust anything you want.
Katelyn, how much of I'm already excited. We've been working with Erik for a long time, so I already okay, I think I could. What of what you're looking at would you like to see more of? What do you think of the direction? We just went straight for skulls and dragons.
Yeah, I'm obsessed already. I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're here, Erik. I'm so glad you picked the skull guy.
Well, yeah, because so part of my job in managing a team of artists is to match the right artist to the right project. Like artists are great, and they're all a great artist is good at what they do, but a good manager or a good somebody who understands how to be a creative director will match kind of like a director will in creating an anime. You have to pick your cast according to like in your head, this character sounds like this. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like your brand sounded like Erik. So I'm pumped that you're responding well to. That's awesome. So, in terms of like Katelyn versus Skull, how much Katelyn and how much Skull would you want? Let's imagine like a 12-inch logo. How much Katelyn and how much Skull would you like?
I think the ratio looks good.
Okay.
I mean, you tell me, you're the brand guy, but to me, I'm like, yeah, I'm into whatever this is. Like, even though I know what it is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I love it. So it looks.
Don't ask me where I'm drawing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, do it. You roll that way. Katelyn.
Yeah.
So I am always interested in knowing this, and because we have direct access while we're creating your brand for you. When you depict yourself, what are some things that you want to communicate about yourself? I never know, as a guy who works with a bunch of guys, how do we do right by women that we represent? How do we do right by, like, so tell me where you're at on projecting and presenting an image of yourself. Give me some adjectives that you would like to see, that when someone looks at your brand, they think this and this and this.
This is not the way I'm used to thinking, so I'm gonna have to think about it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm one of those people that takes their aesthetic really seriously.
Sure, absolutely.
I just moved into a new house like last week, and so all my stuff is in boxes. If it wasn't, I would show you all of my skeletons. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I like to show off like this is how goth I am.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm drawing you with like a sword and like random skulls on the tail.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a lot of like Lolita dresses, like
nice.
Like the bell sleeves.
Okay.
Not wearing one right now because quarantine. I'm wearing a t-shirt. But yeah, like I like to be like, if I'm taking a selfie like on my Instagram, like I'm not wearing pink that day. Like,
okay.
Unless there's like a reason, I don't know. But like, I'm always like, do I have my best outfit on? I always do my I'm really into makeup too. I might have mentioned that. Again, this is a rush job for quarantine. But like, I usually like spend like 45 minutes on my makeup.
Okay.
I try to like do like very dark eyes. Like, yeah. I don't know if anything is helpful.
No, everything is helpful. So it's in the reason we put this whole thing together where the three of us can talk is that you just really, idea generation is very powerful. And I think why I'm proud of what we do in terms of like creating brands and helping people manage merch stores is that ideas are a dime a dozen, but execution of a great idea is rare, right? And that's the rich get richer, and it's because when you have a budget, you get to fund every idea that you have, and not every idea that you have is great, but if you can execute it, then you find those ideas that are spectacular. So it's for you, your job in this process is like, talk about me, and then we're going to translate how you see yourself into a brand that we can all kind of like celebrate you and what you do and what you add to the universe of storytelling.
I'm so like, thank you. You're like, talk about yourself. And I'm like, ooh.
but it's for a good reason. It's for a good cause.
Yeah. I'm not used to it. I'm very serious about like, this is my image.
Okay.
I try to like, I'm not a brand professional, but I do like, I'm a I guess person of interest on social media. So like I put intention behind like almost every post I make. Sometimes I'm just like shit posting on Twitter at like in the middle of the night. Like, but like everything is within like certain picture that I've set up,
Yeah. I love that pose right there, Erik, that you have.
So
yeah.
I changed. So we have 3 right now. This is the third one.
Okay.
I have a couple of fans of Lolita and stuff like that, and I know that they drink a lot of tea and eat a lot of like pastries. I don't know how they stay thin, and so drawing you with a little cup of tea, and maybe I work with a big something with a big skirty, whatever, with a big Lolita dress. Add like big big ass boots. Um, and sitting on that skull with your tail wrapped, and then maybe have some, other stuff around here. So the tail and the wings and the skull will sell it, and the tea and the tea and the dress is gonna achieve another level of fandom. But these three things are basically your bread and butter. Um, then we have this other two. This is a more powerful one.
Yeah.
With you with the sword, and this is a more Koi one with you just sitting there. I would just add Lolita dresses to each one of them.
Yeah.
And the same here, because I was just gonna put like maybe a leather dress or something like that, but Lolita sounds good too. And
Well,
so yeah.
So one of the brands should definitely be. I think the leather dress should exist in some iteration, Eric. Just so like, you know me, I'm never gonna choose. I'm always gonna say do all of it. That's
yeah. Well, I can do
leather dress yesterday.
yeah. Oh
I can
yeah.
do leather. I don't know if this exists, but if there's leather Lolita, we could use that.
I don't know if it does exist, but it should exist.
We're gonna make it.
Well, now you are the. Let me search that leather Lolita.
Yeah.
And if you are, that's gonna be your new brand.
I love that.
Lolita leather. I'm searching on Google right now.
Okay.
There's some, but I don't think, because there's like the maid Lolita and there's like the fancy Lolita and the pink Lolita. I don't think there's that much leather Lolita. So by creating your own brand of like leather Lolita, like that would be cool.
Yeah.
So like I'm looking at a couple of dresses and stuff like that, and we can like run with that.
So let's do one, Eric.
Like something like this, maybe.
Yes.
Dress.
Katelyn's like, what website?
Something like this.
Yeah, I'm like writing it down. Another thing to consider too is I know you're saying about like fan service, like little nods.
Yes.
Yami's dress, is. I love the hell out of that dress. Okay. I feel like if there was, I don't know, like, and then again, you have to be careful with like, you don't want it to be exactly Yami's dress, I guess, but like.
No, of course not. Of course not. It's not gonna be the same dress at all. But an idea of.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And maybe let me see.
So Eric, I'm thinking one's gonna lean totally into goth. One of those three is gonna go like all you could think of, all you can see is goth. One of them should be hard into Lolita, and then the other one, like maybe the powerful one, like I love the idea of no bitch, this sword will kill you, but then also don't forget I'm a bad bitch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay. And then for the third one, Eric, is leather Lolita, where kind of all of Katelyn's sensibilities like come together to create something that doesn't really exist right now.
Yeah. So the main color for this one should be red or an orange. This is more of an orange.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we could be more of the orange side of the red, that'd be spectacular.
Yeah. So this one, it would be. I'm just giving a quick color just to like keep it in mind,
right,
for later. So it would look kind of like that from afar. This one is the Koi one. I think that this one having it a little bit like.
Do you want to keep in mind, Eric, if you need me to use a particular color shirt, You know what I mean? Like you can make me do like there's a Barry shirt that I'm always dying to use from Bella Canvas. So if you want that one on the right, if you want the shirt to be Barry, and then you lean into the goth on that and make it mostly like, just know that I got your back. I can
Okay.
throw in with the apparel color what you know what I mean?
Yes. For this one, it would be more of a, of a black.
That looks dope.
I'm not super happy with the tail, but we'll work on it later.
Okay.
So this one will be more of a black one. So just to get the main colors down. And then we can have accents of orange or maybe pink.
Pink,
here
yeah.
and there.
Pink to me, I loved in the 90s, early 90s, there was a lot of black Lamborghini posters with pink running lights underneath, like hot pink running lights.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is very like very hard foundation. In the what's the name of it? In the 80s, the biggest 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and still a little bit. Like the most legendary wrestling theme was the Hart Foundation, and these were their colors, very similar, and they look so good. Like,
yeah,
you knew it was them because it was like black and pink.
Yeah,
which is not like, which is like, how can they be manly? But they, they made it work really well. Let me save this actually. Let me save all these.
You like that? You like that pink, Katelyn?
Yes, I love that pink.
Okay.
How you spell your name, Katelyn?
It's Katelyn. Telyn. Yeah.
Perfect. And I went and screwed up the name. And let's save it as a PSD. Okay, perfect.
Okay. So, Katelyn, anything else? You promised an hour. We're basically there. What is there? Anything you want us to operate with behind as you're creating this stuff?
Is there any? Is it better to avoid like what do you have in mind for like text?
I don't know. I'm not a big. So we do kind of two things. One is like really strong imagery, and then the other is like if I'm trying to go for something. I'm trying to think, Eric. What is? I know your ride stuff. The one that with the all showed up with snow shovels. That has subtle text. Do you have? How do you see your brand? Is this a mainly an image driven look that you want? Are you wanting to explicitly say some things? What do you think?
Do you want a name, or do you want like a title like Katelyn Barr, Leather Lolita Dragon?
No, I was asking if I needed to keep in mind any like. I don't have like a phrase. I don't think. I was wondering if you were gonna need one, so I was gonna like think of one, but I don't.
No. Is there anything you catch yourself saying a ton of?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. No. I thought about it, and then I was like,
no.
Not that like fans know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? God, I'm so excited. I can hang out for a little bit. I'm not like at 5:30.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dang.
I can hang out as long as you need me, so that's not a big deal. I'm just doing this for the fun of it while you guys were talking.
Oh, I love that though.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, we can make a whole comic book about you, to tell you the truth.
Eric's like, I have some ideas. It's gonna be
I have a ton of ideas. I mean,
sure.
I have a ton of ideas, like.
You know me,
Oh my
Eric.
God! So
Let's write a
Katelyn,
story.
yeah, Katelyn, living in like the big city. Do you ever watch Gargoyles?
Mm-hmm.
So like the same Gargoyles feel, but with Caitlyn flying around doing run. I don't know what she's gonna be doing, but that's my the look would be very gothic city. Uh, you know, gothic punk feel of rainy whatever, and then her flying around with her black and pink,
Black and pink.
and yeah, and let me see. And then she should breathe fire. Or what should she breathe? Not necessarily fire. She
Yeah,
could
I mean,
breathe something.
really, the ability could be anything. What would you, if you could have your power, Katelyn? What would you do? What would come out of your mouth, and then what would that thing that comes out like? You know, like I always think like Dragon Breath is an OP move in Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like it's like pink smoke. Dragon Breath is like pink smoke. But like, what would it do? What would that pink smoke do when it hit whoever you were targeting?
Ooh.
My breath weapon would be hot fudge. Because it will be delicious and it will burn people. And it will be like, oh no, I'm burning. This is delicious, but burning.
That reminds me of Pizza the Hut in Spaceballs.
Yeah, something like that.
You're like, this is disgusting, and also I'm hungry. Now you know like what happens during meetings, Katelyn, when we just say really stupid stuff and just like the more wacky the idea is, the better.
This is great.
Yeah.
I've literally, because everybody's thought about like, what would your superpower be?
Yeah.
But I've never thought about what
Really
would come out of your mouth.
You're like, you never arrived at it. You're like, what would it be?
Yeah, like I don't know, man. I don't want to say fire, but I don't know.
No,
Hey, fire's overdone. Everybody has fire.
I don't want to like spit gross things on people either.
Like oh my gosh, Sue has that acid. No, not Sue. Mina Ashido has that acid. People are like blowing up my phone. Like, thanks for not following me on social media and knowing that I'm on a stream right now. We can tell who follows me. Well, you should think about what your Dragon Breath. Think about what it would do. Like, what would it actually when it like falls on? You know, in Pokemon, it's easy. You're just like you're gonna damage someone's HP, but you should think about like if we told the Katelyn Barr story in this Gargoyles universe that Erik is telling, like what would your ability be like?
What about? So I'm a voice actor, and I don't know if you knew that.
I have heard. Friends.
You know, I'm like,
really? I thought you sold pretzels or something. I don't know.
Sold pretzels. That's it. Pretzels. No. So, and one thing that like fans have commented on about me is that I have and this is not a brag. I don't mean this as a brag. It's just like when you talk about my voice, like I have a giant range.
Good.
That's gonna sound like a brag, but like I do like the little high-pitched lolly girls, and I also voice Nalco from Cutie Honey Universe, and she's like a 9-foot tall gang boss.
Get it?
Like, yes, I love her. I love Nalco. But like maybe something like sonar, like sound.
A Sonic. Yeah, we can do a Sonic thing like Black Canary.
Yeah, like Black Canary.
Yeah.
Oh, with your voice.
Yeah, we can do something like that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, like music notes or like some kind of indicator that it's a sound. I'm not an artist.
That's why we have Erik.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I just have to like get everybody on the team to like turn this into like real. So we'll just go back here. Have you seen what's behind here, Kate?
It's beautiful.
So like, the actual shop is back there.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so we physically make these. It's not just it's not just my background. Like this is actually officially licensed stuff that we make.
Wow.
We just
I've actually seen you guys. I've walked past you guys' booth at a con before and been like, those are cool. Like I've never met you.
yeah. Well,
Hi.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We started out creating fan art, and then you get too big, and then the brands come by and see you, and they're like, "Hey, fancy meeting you here with our IP." And they're like, "Yeah, how do we do this legit?" And they're like, "If you're serious, I'm serious." I'm like, "I'm dead serious. I want to be as legit as they come." And so we became one of the only license holders who also was the manufacturer, but also the retailer, and dealt directly with the fans. So it's been awesome.
That is badass.
Yeah.
That looks so good too.
Thank you. You guys might have already seen the promo videos that we did, but this is why last night I was like, well, Katelyn, if she wants me to work on her brand, it's going to have to be in the middle of the night. This is what we finished for Xeno.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I'm trying to open the thing. I'm having trouble over here. Now I'm trying on my computer to open the stream because I haven't been able to see anything that's going on. I only see myself.
You're good.
Oh, now I see you. Now I see you.
You're the star
It's
anyway.
running so badly.
We're just occupying the time while you create things that didn't exist 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is so bad right now.
That's
Are we
what
on YouTube too?
Yes, we're on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah. I see comments coming from both.
Okay. What's our YouTube? Color World?
Color World Books, yeah.
Okay.
So shiny.
Because the Facebook, my Facebook is not really running right now. It's being difficult. Oh, there we are. Let me see if I can see it.
And also for anybody that's listening in, Erik is actually on the Tixer page. When you go to book a hangout with Katelyn for tomorrow, you can actually get art lessons from Erik. You can have Erik, if there's something you always wanted to see exist, Erik can create that thing for you. All that stuff is available on Erik's page on the Tixer. So feel free to check that out as well. Erik is a badass and has been working with us for 5 years.
Yes. Somebody in the chat just said notes, like music notes with skulls on the bottom.
Oh,
I didn't say on the bottom, but that's how I pictured it.
or
Like,
the top, right? Isn't there I know what you're talking. Yeah. There you go, Erik. Yes, and those would be skulls. Yes, that's sick. In fact, Erik, can we do a simple 1 or 2 color brand in which we really go hard into that motif of music and skulls? I think that would be.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Katelyn, so who said that? Brian, make sure, when you get me your contact info and then follow up with me.
Ooh.
You're getting one of those shirts for free when we're done with it.
Woo! Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, definitely.
Does that be sick? Don't you think, Erik? Just
yeah, no, definitely. I haven't seen anything like that.
Nothing
before,
like
so that was a stroke of genius, dude.
Okay, and I think we could even experiment with the black that you have there on the Barry shirt, the pink shirt. So it says I am a woman, hear me roar, literally, roar. And then we could do a pink notes skull on a black shirt.
Oh, definitely.
Sweet. It's gonna be some.
Katelyn,
this stuff's gonna be badass.
I can't wait.
Okay, good.
I'm so excited.
So it would be something like this.
So because this is our signature product, so we'll also do the bookmarks I probably should take the cover off these. This is the line that we released with Jonah Scott.
Nice. Oh my God. Jonah, because he's Beastars. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I met Jonah way before he did Beastars. And
yeah.
I'm so happy for him. Yes. Oh my God, people are going to buy the shit out of that.
They did. A lot of his fans have grabbed. We do like a 4-pack. This was a meme. They memed Jonah, and so we took the meme.
Yes, rabbit.
So this is some cool stuff that we created for Jonah. Pedro is a super cool artist that found Jonah. He was a huge fan of the series and just started creating stuff. And so we teamed up with Pedro. Same way with what happened with Toxic and Dorcasaurus was, they responded to the Hawks character and they loved Jonah's. Both of them, ironically enough, did art of Xeno on the red carpet in that particular outfit and just had two really different interpretations. And like Erik knows, I always say, like, let's just do them all. Like,
yeah.
Instead of choosing, we always do them all.
Nice.
I'm trying to find that's the Jonah stuff. I'm trying to find where Xeno's bookmarks. Oh man, these turned out cool. I only know the software enough to be dangerous. I'm not anywhere near where Erik's at, but
wow, God,
there we go.
Just all of that stuff came out so good.
Right? Yeah. Thank you. And what was really cool is it was hilarious. And one of the first interactions we had when we were like rolling this stuff out for Xeno, he was like, can we put this on black? Because I had all these, I had like salmon and coral and tan and heather burnt orange. And he's like, do we have like an option for black? It's like, sure, Xeno. We put it on a but the bookmark on black almost came out like the best of all of the different in the lines. So I was like, good on Xeno for saying, can I see it on black?
Yeah.
He does. Well, and look, there's certain things that I want to do, and that's cool. That's fine, whatever. But it's important to me to get like your aesthetic. And if you have a color palette, we did a live mock-up and like with Griffin, and Griffin wants earth tones, and he wants muted, and he wants naturals. And then, I did one with Jonah, and we fell in love with Oxblood Black and Heather Maroon. Those are like the two that like we just couldn't abandon them. Is Oxblood Black and Maroon. We threw everything on those. Let's see. No, Black Clover going on hiatus.
It's been on hiatus for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Katelyn, so I'm switching colors just to see how they look.
Yep.
So just keep an eye and let me know if any of them call your.
I think Katelyn, and that's what I told when we were talking about branding with Jonah. Katelyn is, I told him our focus is okay. So you have this idea of a wolf, you have this motif of a wolf, but that's very much part of Native American culture. Is the wolf, and there are huge groups of animal rights activists that have fought to protect wolves in various climates around the world. There are a lot of nature lovers where wolves are important to them, and the same thing with Griffin, with deer and stag and mules and moose, and like part of the imagery of Canada, of northern Canada, is wolf and deer, and so that's what we want to lean into, as opposed to like, we understand that you're part of this bigger fandom, but when we're creating something that's like, and Erik, please make sure you keep that shade of orange around somewhere, because that's badass. We want to make sure that what we're doing speaks to, like, I think the notes with the skull notes, I think Erik's right. We've never seen it before. So again, Brian, don't forget to get a hold of me. You're getting a free t-shirt out of this. But I think that it's going to speak to so many people that didn't know that what they wanted was a music note with skulls on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I really like that. I don't know if it was the color you started with, but like the maroon.
Yeah, that kind of pinkish.
Yeah, like a dark pink. I don't know if that's technically maroon.
I can do it.
Yeah, like
Hold on.
that. It's like,
Yeah,
Like this one? Okay.
Okay. Let me check my.
I'm so amazed how my thing is not working. My stream is not working at all. I'm just.
Oh, you're good on our end, Eric. You are definitely. What do we got? Silver tongue from Doom Patrol, where the word she says materializes. Oh, right, kind of like script magic. Levy in Fairy Tale has script magic, right? Yeah. Man, Eric, there really is a comic here. If we get down to it, like
Yeah.
able to like, if she hits a F note, it's this. If she hits a I don't know music, so somebody's gonna have knows this. I know
that was if you remember, that was the premise of the Young Skulls when I made it.
Well, maybe this Red Skulls need to come back then, Eric.
It's on what's the name of it?
Hiatus.
It's on webtoons right now. Let me.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm remaking it.
Good.
Let me find it. I'm remaking it, rewriting it because I'm taking out like the insane amount of swearing that was before.
There was a lot of swearing.
And, yeah, and just because I want to like appeal to like a younger demographic. So here it is. This is the comic. This is like ancient stuff that I did, like let me see.
That's a very Constantine, or not Daredevil looking.
Yeah.
Did
and there's aliens and
how old is that?
and
How old are that panels, Eric? Is that before they did the Netflix series?
Yeah, I did this in 2011, I think.
So they stole your idea then. That panel just above that, they literally just took your aesthetic for Daredevil. They owe you some royalties. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's Daredevil.
That is amazing. I love the octopus.
Let me see. Let me find another page. Die Rednecks.
Yeah, we picked Erik out of the whole Artist Alley, Katelyn, because he does watercolor.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Check out the nunchucks. The Jack Daniel bottle nunchucks.
Oh my god, I love that.
It's totally ridiculous. It's like the most ridiculous comic you could ever imagine. It's
Do you have any physical copies, Erik?
I have some. Gator should have sent you a bunch. I don't know if he hasn't. I'll call him and
yeah, let me know, because I need to send a copy of this to Katelyn.
Yes. Yeah. I have a mighty need.
I need lots of swearing. Swearing and watercolor. I need copious amounts of both swearing and watercolor.
Yes.
Katelyn, if you want, just give me your address later, PO box, whatever, and I'll send you a copy, and I'll send you a care package. Let me find a good page.
Yeah, we got you, Katelyn.
You guys are awesome.
Let me see which page is really good. This one's really good. Yeah, they're just really, really bad at everything. It's basically a story of a punk band that is going to become like the messiah of music, and they get conquered by this. It's a longer story basically. Earth gets conquered by this girl who's basically a mixture of a T-Rex, Genghis Khan, and a 16-year-old girl. And she's super mean. But she loves the band, and the band they are like just ridiculous. And basically, they fix everything with battles of the bands.
That's
It's a
sounds
longer story. So
Yeah.
basically, there's there. Anyway, I'll shut up and move this out of the way so we can get back to going. But yeah, give me or give it to him, to Brad, and I'll send you a care package
Thank
All right.
with
you.
some stuff.
So then, Eric,
And
want us to leave you here to create, and we'll get out of your hair. I know you have a book that's due tomorrow or Monday, whatever.
Monday. No, I can do a little bit more. Hold on. Let me finish this. And wow, that book is not gonna be done on Monday, dude. There's no way in hell I can finish it by then. Like I'm good, but not that good. So let me see something like this, and then I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's sick. I
And
think
then
respond really well to. Gosh, dang, that's cool.
Wow.
and then you can have the thing. Let me make it a little bit smaller, not that small. And then
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure out how to make it look interesting.
Well, I like the double. Someone's gonna have to tell me what those are called. Where there's two lines, right? Where there's a note.
Yeah, I always forget the names in English. I know it in Spanish, but I know all my music in Spanish, not in English. So
Is it what? Oh man, I don't know. I don't even want to. Let's see. Names of notes.
that's a
All
good
right.
idea.
Oh, you know what would be cool is like, what is it? A 30-second note would be cool. That looks dope. That's a cool looking note. 16th note. The 8th notes look cool. That's the one where there's two of them. A treble clef.
Yeah, we could. And there's this one.
I mean, there's almost like, depending on, I have no idea, Katelyn, how exciting like all this will be when we pump it out. But you know, there's certainly enough notes in music that if we need to kind of release a note a year, right? And that's at the beginning of the year, you could do a poll on your social media and ask people like what note comes out this year, and then we just make a limited edition, and fans can only get that note that year, and when it's gone, that's it. And then the next year we release the next note.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Okay.
That sounds really cool.
So if you have what would be really cool to figure this out is if you have a favorite song, like a really is to look at the sheet music for your really favorite song, or right, and then we release the shirts in order of the notes on love the first line of your very favorite song.
I love that.
You
I
did
have a favorite song, and I will.
What?
We did something like that for. We did something like that for the Young Skulls. Let me see if I can find it. In which I would write a song and then I would write the tablature of the song, so you could like read the song, and if you wanted to play it, you could play it in your house.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find the. Oh no, I took it out.
Yeah. So at that point, like we can make it just really personal to you, and you just go with the first line of your favorite song, and then we just pick notes that are in order for your favorite song, and then we release one each year.
Oh my God, this it's all happening. Yes.
Okay. And Eric, what are some of the words in Spanish when you get a chance, Eric? You should tell us what these notes are called. In what's the?
Well, it's blanca, negra, corchea, semicorchea, cuatro corchea. So yeah, the whites are the what's the name of it? Their halftime. Negras are quarter time, and then it goes from there.
Okay. And Katelyn,
Sorry.
Let me see.
Should I not say what the song is?
oh no, you can.
Don't.
You absolutely.
Okay. My favorite song is 1251 by The Strokes. Yeah. I just
We can do something similar. We can play with the like maybe the same bass line or something like that, or some similar kind of bass line. And
1251 is the song, right? By the Strokes.
yes, like just like the time 1251, or the opening thing to the Black Parade.
Oh,
Dun, 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 dun.
Is that My Chemical Romance?
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes
that's
she's watching over me.
Yes.
And I feel like I could. Oh, that's going on full blast. As soon as this is over, that's the first thing that's going on in the shop. That is awesome. All right, I'm good. I have like a lot that's on my plate. Erik, are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let me go through everything again. We have these guys. We have a headshot on some couple of ideas. I really like these guys. I like how instead of this guy, these ones are a little bit more dynamic. This one is a little bit more like
Yeah.
Let me see.
And on the music, Erik, definitely think about like this. How so here's our we do like a series of pirate flags. Katelyn, in conjunction with Endless Teas. This is our skull and crossbones. So Erik, I would want it to be this big. So think about you have a lot of room to make the skulls big on those music notes.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, so we have all these. We should discuss later one or which ones we should work on or like what we should be doing. But yeah.
Okay.
I think that we are pretty set.
Okay, I'll get a list from Katelyn in terms of like what she would love to see first. We'll go with like maybe two different things. I personally want to see the notes, the skull notes. I think that's maybe some of the most Katelyn of the things. And then definitely we probably in terms of the like dragon on the skull motif, we'll pick one and then we'll do either goth, Lolita, and then the mixture, or we'll flip it around, and then we'll do so I'll get you a list, Erik, of what we want to do in what order, and then if people demand things of us on the internet, if they start hitting you up, Katelyn, then let us know, and then we can focus on the things that people want the most because we're here to support you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you guys. I'm so hype. So hype.
Okay,
let me turn the camera.
And then don't forget both Katelyn and you guys on Color World Live. If you have not, if you want to get to know Katelyn and talk to her and ask her questions, you definitely want to book hangout time with Katelyn. Erik is also, where's my pointing to the correct place? Erik is also on Color World Live. So if you want to book a commission or learn art, we just put where you can take a class from Erik, a one-on-one personal class with Erik, either 30 minutes or an hour, and then Erik will teach you digital or watercolor or whatever it is you want to learn.
Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, I'm out.